One of the things we always say, whatever the dog wants to do, we do the opposite. If they want to go left, we go right. If they want to walk quickly, we walk slowly. If they want to get down, we hold on to them. We're showing the dog it's not about their decision. They're not writing the rules. They're not writing the checks for their vet bills. They're not writing the checks for the mortgage. So they're not writing the rules for daily life, I'm afraid. Wild, wild Whizzy. Hi, my name's Charlie Thorburn. Welcome to Mordor Gun Dogs. We're going to give you an updated video on little Whizzy, our little now probably 14-week-old, 15-week-old Cocker Spaniel. So we saw Whizzy in the last video in this same paddock being an absolute hooligan, not listening to anything, running away, etc. She has just spent the last few weeks just playing with her siblings. She hasn't done any training at all. I've been away on holiday, which was a bit of a novelty. And the team have been just looking after her and feeding her, but haven't done any training with her at all. She's not been coming to demos because we can't trust her anymore because she's a hooligan. She did come to the Scottish Game Fair, but she was very much in a pen, and she got out once thanks to Freddie, and just about headed off to ruin the international gun dog competitions. So Whizzy is still wild, and this is her first time out. So what are we doing with her? Are we putting her on a lead? I mean, no, she's so far away from that. But I'm going to contradict some of my previous things I've told people. There's a video with me throwing a harness in the bin saying no harnesses. If I had this dog and I didn't have a little farm with space and fields and paddocks and retrieving lanes with rabbit netting that little Cocker Spaniels can't get through, if I didn't have any of that stuff, I could be persuaded that putting her on a harness, clipping a long line to her and just letting her run around so that I've got a long line attached to her because she's too small to have it round her neck. She's not got enough neck muscle. By putting a little harness on her, we're not actually teaching her to pull on a lead, because the sensation of her being with a harness on and it clipped on there, running around so I can just stand on the end of it when she gets too far away or when she's not listening, with a view that in another month or two's time, when I actually put a slip lead round her neck and the harness is not there, it's a different sensation. So we're still teaching her something new. So there have been a few occasions in the past where people have come to see us with a young puppy who's, you know, needing, they live in a flat or something, I don't know, not necessarily a puppy we've sold. I'm afraid my dogs are a bit snobby, they don't want to live in flats, but not really. I just don't think that someone really should have a puppy if they live in a flat. It's just not conducive to the way we think about dogs. So but someone's come for a lesson with a young puppy like this. They don't have a garden. The only place they can let them off is in a park somewhere, and the dog obviously needs to get off. It needs to be able to go to be house trained. So we've got them to put a harness on the dog, clip a line on its shoulder blades, and then when they're ready to start teaching the dog to heel, they use a regular lead, slip lead around their neck, and it creates two different situations. It's almost like the crate's shut, the crate's open, the gate's shut, the gate's open. It's two different situations for the dog. So it's not learning to pull with a conventional slip lead on their neck, because we're not saying to people, oh yeah, take them out, let them pull like this like mad for 3-4 months and then try and teach them. We're saying get a harness which is in a different place and allow them to pull on that. It's not ideal, but it sort of is what it is. In certain situations, you just have to do things. There are things that we sometimes just have to do because situations dictate. We're just like, it's not what we would like to do, but it is what we just have to do. So we're going to pop Whizzy down. I'm going to see whether she's, you know, wanting to engage with me at all. When I walked down to the field from the kennels, it's 150 meters, she was squirming and she was desperate to get out and get down. And I held on to her tighter. I held on and I didn't put her down. And she's now settled into the fact that she's in my arms. But when I first picked her up, she was desperately trying to get out and get down. People will often do, the dog wants to go down, I'll put the dog down. Remember, one of the things we always say, whatever the dog wants to do, we do the opposite. If they want to go left, we go right. If they want to walk quickly, we walk slowly. If they want to get down, we hold on to them. We're showing the dog it's not about their decision. They're not writing the rules. They're not writing the checks for their vet bills. They're not writing the checks for the mortgage. So they're not writing the rules for daily life, I'm afraid. Anyway, so we're going to pop Whizzy down. She's just seen a swallow flying over there, so no doubt she's going to hit the ground and take off over here, but we'll see what happens. Whizzy, come on then. Come on, Whizzy. Now, you can see why she's called Whizzy, because she is definitely... Whizzy, come on. So I'm just doing the same as I would with any other young dog. I'm disappearing away from them. She's made her way up towards the gate. I'm hoping she doesn't get underneath, because if she gets underneath, she gets a reward. Whizzy, come on. Whizzy, 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 come on. Hello. Now, what I didn't do was call her when she was running for the gate, because if I called her when she's running for the gate, she's not going to come. But as soon as she got to the gate, realised the gate was shut, and turned around and started coming back towards Joe and me in the field here, I went down and I was wee wee, made a big fuss of her, made this a fun place to be. Now you can see she's slightly having the zoomies. She's not focused at all on me. So she's kind of tail tucked. She's just whizzing around just for the sake of it. I'm not going to try and do anything when she's in this frame of mind. You could just see how her tail's sort of just woohoo. She's not hunting. She's just running Forrest Gump style for the sake of it. Now she's just starting to engage with me a little bit. She's looked at the ball. She's now missed the ball. Good girl. And she's off. So we've still got this kind of Wild West kind of Cocker Spaniel. We've still got this Wild West Cocker Spaniel who isn't going to conform, isn't going to behave, okay? Now, the worst thing we can do is keep throwing it and keep allowing her to run off with it. The one tick box that I will take out of this is she wants to pick it up. She wants to carry it around. She's interested in it. So that's great. But what she isn't wanting to do is bring it back. So if I keep throwing it for her, she keeps not bringing it back. We're just going to end up with a dog that picks things up and runs away. And then we get people going, oh yeah, they pick things up, but they don't bring them back. Because if you see it happening at the beginning, don't just go, oh, well, she's just a puppy, she'll learn. No, she won't. She'll learn to keep doing it. That's what she'll learn, because that's what training's all about. Example and repetition. And if you're showing them, pick it up, run away, pick it up, run away, pick it up, run away, then that becomes the option. Now, we're lucky here. We've got our little training line, our training alley. So we'll see what Whizzy thinks of this. She hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen it go, which is a bit annoying. Haven't been in here with the lawnmower recently. So she's picked it up and she's got no choice to bring it back. What a good girl. What a good girl. Well done. What a good girl. So make a real fuss of her, bringing it back. Throw it again. What a good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. The reason I'm getting her up, the reason I'm getting her up here with me is that I want her to lift her head up. I want her to bring her head up, because what she did over there is she ran over and lay down. When she was in this training alley before, she ran up there and tried to bury the tennis ball in against the hedge. She's naturally like wanting to get her head down, put the ball somewhere, hide it, lower. So what I'm doing, as soon as she comes in with it, as soon as she's anywhere near me, getting her legs up on my knees, getting wet as usual, standard, getting her legs up here, hugging her, encouraging her to, lifting her chin up, encouraging her to look at me. Anything I can do to kind of sort of really show her that what I want her to do is lift her head up. Now she's just done 2 retrieves consecutively in here. So I'm not going to do any more, because I've just ticked the box twice. Why would I want to try for a third and probably fail? So I'm going to put her down here. I'm going to engage with her and walk off. She's jumping up at Joe. In the corner to pretend I'm going to lose her. I'm going to run back again, but I'm busy with her all the time, because if I'm not, she's going to find that Joe's more interesting, the gate's more interesting, other people are more interesting. Whizzy, good girl. Every time she comes back to me, I've got hold of her, okay? I don't want to just be her just to go hi and run off again. I want her to go hi and stay with me. I want to encourage this wanting to stay with me. I want her to think that this is a good place to be. I'm not I'm not kind of going, come here, but actually I've got her. She can't go anywhere. Okay, I've got her feet up because I'm trying to just get her to sort of be up looking at me. I don't mind her jumping up at this stage. I really don't, because if she's jumping up on me, then at least she's with me. At least she's next to me. But I don't want her doing what she was doing to Joe a second ago, which is running up, jumping on him, and then just running off again. If she starts doing that to me, then I'm becoming as irrelevant as Joe. And no one wants to be as irrelevant as Joe. The mystery man behind the camera. So I don't want to become like, oh, I'm just another person that I don't want her to think, oh, it's just another person to jump up on. I want her to think, oh, that's Dad. And I'm certainly achieving that to a certain degree, because when we were at the Scottish Game Fair a week or two ago, whenever I was near the puppy pen, not only did clients notice it, but Lauren particularly. Lauren was like, that little dog loves you. She just sits there. As soon as she hears your voice, she just sits there looking at you. So I've already created a little bit of, Whizzy knows she's mine. Whizzy's with me. I'm the only one she's interested in. And even that, she's still hard work. She still kind of came straight out here and she was like, woo, I'm off. If we brought her brother in here, and we might do that on another video, it's a completely different kettle of fish. He'd have just been here. He'd been following me around, a bit more like Molly, our little Springer in our videos. He was just been lovely, towing the line, little guy. She's the reason we kept her. She was easily the most out there one, the most confident from a youngster, and I knew she was going to be trouble. But hey, I kind of like trouble, I suppose, don't I? So what have we done? We've put her down. We haven't lost her. Woohoo! We've got her to do 2 retrieves. Woohoo! After failing to do 1. So I threw 1, she ran across the field, did her own thing. So I put her behind the training line. I did the training lane, sorry. I did 2 retrieves with her. So I overcame that mistake. I did 2 good ones. We stopped. I did a little bit more engagement with her, a little bit more running away. I went round the corner to hide. She was interested enough and worried enough that I was going that she came with me. I then ran back again. I've given her a few more cuddles. You know, I'm just looking at this going, we've succeeded. We've done something. The dog is no worse going back to the puppy pen than she was when she came out, and actually she's better. But we've only done like a few minutes of training and a lot of talking, and that I think is quite kind of important to understand, is that I'm not coming out here for 30 minutes and doing this for 30 minutes, because I guarantee she will not be interested in me by the end. She will be done. She'll be up at that gate. She'll be down at that gate. She'll have found a way under a fence. She'll be chasing the swallows, but she won't be engaging with me anymore, because all the things I've got to offer are fairly limited. It's me, my charming personality, more importantly, you know, me running away, making funny noises and throwing a tennis ball. But there's a limit to what I can achieve with her, because there's a limit to the focus I can gain from her. And we always want to quit while we're ahead. So I am going to put her down 1 more time. I'm going to run down there because it worked 1 more time. I'm going to run back up 1 more time. Now I know she's going to want to run to the gate which heads back to the kennels. So I know if I run up there ahead of her, I can encourage a recall. Even though she was going to do it anyway, she is then coming to me. So if I can have her down here chasing me, and then I can go up towards the gate, if I can get ahead of her, I will run full tilt and I'll call her. If I can't get ahead of her, I'll just let her run up to the gate. I'm not going to try and call her off the gate, because she might not come and there's nothing I can do about it. If she does come back off the gate, I will then call her. So I'm only calling this dog with recall when she's already coming. I'm making noises, I'm making actions to try and get her to recall, but I'm not saying, Whizzy, come here, until she's actually already engaged and committed and coming here. If she's off running around over here and I say, Whizzy, come here, she's quite likely, probably more than 50% likely, just to completely ignore me. The more she ignores me, the less relevant I become. The more she's happy to ignore me, the more that becomes normal, the more that's what I'm training her to do. On a very, very hot, humid day, it feels like it feels like I'm in the middle of Indonesia at the moment. Not I've ever been, but sort of shirt sticking to my arms kind of weather. So I'm looking forward to putting my shorts back on, but I thought I would save you lot from that. We'll see you all next time. Whizzy. Good, Whizzy. Good girl. Good girl. So it's actually the end of the training session. We'd done our goodbyes. I'd run up here, but look, I've got to focus a little bit. Now, I won't if I keep talking to you guys, but I've got her focus. I know she wants to go there because she always likes going there. I know her as a little dog. She likes heading up to the kennels. So by doing a retrieve that way and then going back this way, Whizzy, come on. She thought of running off, but then she saw me going through the gate. Good girl. She saw me heading through the gate and she turned around because she's like, oh, I want to go back up there. Now, don't let me kid you. She didn't do that for me. She did that because she wants to go that way. And if I hadn't caught her in that little narrow area of the gate, she'd have gone past me and she'd have gone off to go show her friends and say, look what I've got the ball, and do her own thing. But I'm setting myself up for success. I'm thinking about my dog and what I know she's going to do. And when people get things wrong with their dog, I say, well, do you not? They go, oh yeah, I kind of knew she was going to do that. On one hand, that's great, but don't let them do it and go, oh yeah, I thought they might do that. Go, I know they might well do this, so how can I use this to my advantage? And that's really one of the keys with especially naughty dogs, is figuring out how you can use their naughtiness to your advantage. Where are they going to go? Who are they going to see? How are you going to make it work for them? If I know they're going to run over to someone and jump on them, don't call them. Don't allow those people to talk to them. You know, you've got to figure these things out very, very early on, rather than going, oh well, she's just young and she's friendly. Da 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 da. Try again. Get out what you get in. You get out what you put in, and we'll see you all next time. Come on, Wiz.